All right, so on the second page, first problem, kind of the same thing. We're just going to multiply that 3 by everything. So we're just going to distribute to all pieces. So we've got -9, 18, -3, 0. And that's my answer. When you're doing two matrices where you have to multiply and it's not just a scalar or one number you're multiplying, then remember that the number in a row has to be equal to the number that's in the column, and then you're good. And then you're just going to multiply each term. So you're going to go -6 times -5 because they're both in the first position. So -6 times -5 is 30 plus 6 times 0, which is 0. And then you'll do the same thing. You're going to do that row with the second column, and it's going to be the first times the first. So -6 times -4 is 24 plus 6 times -4, which is -24. And then we drop, and we're going to do the last row times the first column. Okay, and so we're going to go 1 times -5 is -5 plus 4 times 0. Oh, did I skip a row? Skipped a row. Let's go back. We're at this row. So 6 times -5 is -30. -1 times 0 is 0. And then we're going to do the same thing with this column. So we're going to go 6 times -4 is -24. -1 times 4 is +4. And now we're going to go to the last one. So we're going to go last row, first column, and we're going to go 1 times -5 is -5. 4 times 0 is 0. And then last column, 1 times -4 is -4 plus 4 times -4, which is -16. And then we're just going to combine all of those together to get our answer. So we're going to go 30 plus 0 is 30. -30 plus 0 is -30. -5 plus -4. Oops, hello. -5 plus 0 is -5. I don't know why I'm jumping. 24 plus -24 is 0. -24 plus 4 is -20. And then -4 plus -16 is -20. And that should be my matrix. Okay, so notice how we're doing the row times the column and then getting our answer. All right, so same thing with number 10. We're going to do this row times this column and put our answer in that first position. So 4 times -1 is -4. 6 times 3, because we're going to go middle times middle. So 6 times 3 is 18. We're always adding. And then 0 times -2 is 0. And then we're going to do the next one. So first times first, so 4 times -3 is -12 plus 6 times -5 is -30 plus 0 times -5 is 0. And now we're going to do the last row times the first column. And again, same thing, first times first. So 0 times -1 is 0. -6 times 3, so middle times middle, is -18 plus, and then it's 6 times -2. So 6 times -2 is -12. And then we're going to do the last column. So again, 0 times -3 is 0 plus -6 times -5 is 30. And then plus 6 times -5 is -30. And then we're just going to combine those. So -4 plus 18 is 14. -12 plus -30 in this top section is -42. And then -18 and -12 is -30. And 30 plus -30 is 0. And that would be my answer. All right, with determinants, remember, if you're multiplying, we're just going to go 1 times 5 guess I could have done that slower. So we're going to do these two multiplied together. So 1 times 5 is 5, and then it's subtract the other diagonals. So these diagonals, and then times these minus these diagonals, okay, times together. So you got 5 going in the pink circle, and then 3 times -4 is -12. And then you're just going to combine those. 5 minus -12 is 17. Okay, so this way, -4 times 5 is -20. And then it's minus, it's always minus. And then 5 times -5 is -25. And so minusing a negative is adding a positive, so we get 5. Now I can do this by hand, these 3x3s, but I also am going to show you how you can do the calculator. If we do it by hand, we repeat column 1 and column 2. And then we do the diagonal when we're multiplying. So we're multiplying and we're going these 3, these 3, these 3. All right, and so we're going to put those all in the first group. So we're going to go 4 times -1 times 2, which is -8. And then we're going to add it to the next diagonal. So -2 times 4 is -8. -8 times 1 is -8. And then we do the last one. So 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times -4 is -12. And notice that I add them all together. Okay, so I do the product of each diagonal, and then I add those terms together, and then I'm going to subtract. Okay, so I'm going to subtract what happens in the other group. The other group runs the other way. So we're going to go from left to right the first time, and then we're going to go, or from top to bottom, and now we're going to go from bottom to top. So we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go 1 times -1 times 1, which is -1. -4 times 4 times 4, which is -64. And then 2 times 3 times -2, which is -12. And then we're going to add each section. So if we look at the first set of parentheses, that combines to give you -28. And then it's going to be minus. And then when I combine the next group, it gives me -77. But then when I look at that, hopefully you guys kind of notice that minusing a negative, same thing as adding a positive, or put it in your calculator, and you're going to get 49. All right. Now, again, I could do that in my calculator, and I'm going to do it in my calculator. We'll do the next one in the calculator. So another option is I can put this in as a matrix. And so you're going to go second x -1 over to edit, push enter, and we're going to put in our matrix as a 3x3. So 3 rows, 3 columns, and we're going to put in our numbers. So we're going to go 0, 1, 1, and then 1, 4, -1, 4, 1, 2. And then when we get out, we're going to go second x -1, and this time we're going to go over to math. And the very first one is the determinant. And so I could push determinant. Oh, whoops. I probably should have got out of there first. 4, 1, 2, second quit. All right. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. 4, 1, 2. Okay, so everybody looks good. So second x -1, we're going to go over to math. Determinant is the first one, so I'm going to push enter, and then I'm going to put in my matrix. So A is the matrix we're going to use, and so then it tells me that my answer is -21. And you can do it like that as well. Okay, either one. You can either put it in the calculator and it spits out your answer, or you can just add that extra row and do it. I'm going to show you, we already know that it's -21 if we do the calculator, but let me show you by hand one more time in case you don't have a calculator at home. Okay, so we're going to repeat the lines, and then we're going to do diagonals going this way first. Okay, so we're going to go 0 times 4 times, I can't even see that now, 2, right? So 0 times 4 times 2, so 0, well, if we multiply those together, we get 0. Okay, plus And then it's 1 times negative 1 times 4, which is negative 4, plus 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1. And then we're going to do the other way. So we're going to subtract, and we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go 4 times 4 times 1, which is 16. We're going to go 1 times negative 1 times 0, which is 0. And then we're going to go 2 times 1 times 1, which is 2. And so we end up with negative 3 here minus 18 here. And when we combine them, we get negative 21, which was the same thing that we got when we used the calculator. So just in case. All right. So we'll stop there for video 2 for page 2, and then there's another video for page 3.